So the topic of today's sermon is gratitude. Now the Buddha said there's two types of people in this world which are hard to find. The first type is the type to do kindness to others first, which means to be the first one to do something nice. You don't wait for someone else, you just do it. And the second type of person that is hard to find is the person that once someone does something nice for you, shows your gratitude, returns the favor. The Buddha says these two people are very rare in this world, very hard to find. Now there was a fable that's told, you might recognize it. Once upon a time, there was a slave who escaped from his master. And after he escaped, he went to stay in the forest. Well, one day when he was in the forest, he heard a loud grumbling and moaning in the forest, and he went to see what it was. When he found what it was a big lion. At first he was very scared, so he got ready to run away. But he realized that the lion wasn't running after him. The lion was just moaning and groaning. So he went in closer to go see what was wrong. When he got in there, the lion opened his paw, and he saw that in the lion's paw there was a huge thorn, a big stick of wood sticking in the lion's paw. The slave was scared for his life. He was scared he was going to die or get killed by the lion. But he could see that the lion was in obvious, tremendous pain. And he felt bad. So even though he was scared, he went in there and pulled out the thorn for the lion. Normally this is where the fable ends, but the actual story continues. After that, the lion felt so happy, he ran up to the slave and licked his hand as if the lion was like a little dog, like a domesticated dog. And then took the slave with him to his cave. And the lion would go out every day to hunt for food and bring the food back to the cave to share with the slave. So they ate together and slept together and stayed together for many days. But one day when they were both out in the forest, they both got captured. And the decree was, once they got captured, the slave would have to be punished for escaping. What was his punishment? His punishment was death by lion, death in the cage. So they starved the lion and starved the slave for 7 days. And then they put the slave in the middle of the Colosseum and they let the lion go. Well, lion being very, very hungry only saw food in the middle of the Colosseum. And he ran out there full force, angry and hungry. But when he saw that it was the slave who was in the middle of the Colosseum, he stopped. And no matter how hungry he was, he still remembered the kindness that that slave had done to him, how the slave had saved his life. So he stopped, sat down in the middle of the Colosseum, and laid on the slave's lap. When the king saw this, the king was so shocked and so amazed that even an animal could do this kind of kindness for a human. And so he asked the slave what happened. After the slave told the story, the king was so impressed by the kindness that actually existed in this world that the king let them go. Now, the moral of this story is, it is true that it's hard to find kindness in this world. People are just mean nowadays. We're so easy to insult each other. It's so easy to be mean and hurtful. But this is how it works. When you are nice to someone, you might not get that kindness back from them. But that person will take that kindness on to the next place, and they'll share that kindness with someone else. And that someone else will feel happy from that kindness and share it with someone else. It's the same way with when you feel bad. If you wake up in the morning and your mom gives you a hard time, you woke up late, you didn't make your bed, you get upset. You go to school, you see your friends, say, hey, how's it going? You say, shut up, don't talk to me. He gets upset. The teacher asks him a question, he yells at the teacher. The teacher gets upset. The teacher goes home, and so on and so on. But when you're nice to someone, it's the same thing. Someone's in a bad mood and they look at you and you're just smiling. You're just smiling, or you say something nice about them. How do they feel? They feel better. So when they go to the next place, now they're smiling for no reason. There was once an experiment done on a bus where, in a public bus, there was 2 people who were just randomly laughing for no reason, just started laughing really loud and really excitedly. At first, for 30 seconds, everyone just stared at them like, you're crazy. But after 45 seconds, a couple people started laughing. It was just funny to see 2 people randomly laughing. Suddenly, after 1 minute, the entire bus, the entire train was laughing, and nobody knew why. No one even understood why. That is the power of laughter. That is the power of smiles or happiness. So, in conclusion, what we should learn to show is kindness to one another. We don't have to wait for people to show kindness to us first. We can show it first. But most importantly is, once people show kindness to us, we must remember to repay it either to them or pass it forward to someone else. This is the teaching of the Buddha, which is people who do kindness first or show gratitude are rare in this world. Let us be that rare person. Let us be that special person that is hard to find.